welcome to Full 42. Here we are again. We got Luca saying hi to. No, he's watching TV. More important stuff over there. Mike is just back from Cusecon.
Oh, he just farted. He literally just dropped ass and then left. So he's in the other room and he hears the music and he comes.
None of us needed to know that, but
and then he just dropped ass and then just ran away.
So we're going to talk about Cusecon. Is that it right? That time? Yeah. And we'll also talk about some other conventions, stuff like that coming along. You're just back you got back yesterday, right?
Well, it ended yesterday. I got back last night, but then went over and moved out the library and all the other stuff from it today. So it officially ended this afternoon around 2:00 when the library was put back into its hibernation tank for a little while.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I totally understand, but the other things like Dice Tower and BGG and stuff, they always close their libraries early on Sundays. I always feel like, is it really through Sunday? Because it's not really through Sunday. Because you can't. It's always like, ooh, let's play this game. They close in 1 hour, kind of thing. Well, but so it'd take you till Tuesday to be done if that was the case, right?
We're actually going to officially rename it Tuesday. I put on the list on the rules and everything that library games have to be back by 4:00 on Sunday, so I can close up the library. But the official end time for the con is 6:00. But another but. The majority, if you're sticking around Sunday night, if you have a room there, if you're local, we were gaming for a while after it all closed. And I didn't wrap up the library with Chad and Dan helped me out later on in the evening. The library wasn't getting wrapped up until maybe 9:00. So it's still there. But yeah, most places, depending on how it's working, when the library closes down, they might have to bounce the library out because the truck is there, or they're moving it or whatever. But yeah, it was there late.
Well, before we get into the whole thing and everything, we usually take care of announcements. And in those announcements, sometimes we have a Luca painting.
Yep.
So he has a son who you saw at the very beginning of this make a painting, and we like to look at it and Rorschach it and see how crazy we are. Basically, see what we can figure out. What do we think it is? So, is this a new one or one from the past?
This is going to be a little tougher for everybody. This was done in the beginning of this month. It's more recent.
All of them are from the past, but
September 3rd of 23. He had no patience for this one, but I thought it was pretty cute. So good luck, everybody trying to judge this one.
All right. Huh. Yeah, no patience is that's minimalism is what that is.
It is. So now we're really going to go into the depths. What do you see?
I see my lawn because it hasn't rained in 3 months. So I have crunchy dead grass. Although it did rain today for the first time in 3 months. So we'll see.
There it is.
Purple rain, of course. Yep. Yep. Oh, an owl in the snow. With the little specks.
It's funny because that's what I see.
What, the owl in the snow?
The owl in the snow. I see this as a wing over here. I see this as a wing over here. That's a beak with the feather eyes that come up. And then it's like a spotted owl, but it's a white spotted owl in the snow.
See that? Looks like the Pokemon called Sunkern. I don't know that one. That must be a newer one. I stopped knowing them after the first show. I see purple sunspots on a white dwarf star. Oh, yeah. Like a close-up to the star. And there's a little explosions coming up. That's cool. Yeah, minimalism. It works.
Yeah, I think it was the second one of the two he did that day, and he was just like, I'm good. I'm done.
You should try to put these up on it. You should say that Luca is a a tortured artist that doesn't want to talk to people, so you're representing for him, and here you go, put him and try to get like $100,000 for the little.
I mean, I've seen worse, right?
Two kids went for a walk on a purple moon covered in salt. That's very detailed.
Who is that? Who's the Facebook user? You got to drop your name.
Yeah, if you're commenting on Facebook, unfortunately, you only have to do it once, but you have to give StreamYard, the service we use, permission to use your name. It's in the link above the post. It's in the post, yeah.
So there was DeVito did my layout for my badges this year, which came out great, and he was actually Evan. He took one of Luca's paintings and created.
That's fun.
Yeah, the background to some of them, not all of them, for the kids. I got Luca, Mika, and then Dave's kid, Dave from Bullfinch, his kid Archer. I got them all of the little paintings. So it's been on the show. I don't know which one it was. It was one of the first ones he did, but he took it and put it in the background. So he had his own
That's
little
cool.
badge. Yeah, came out really good.
Other announcements. Let's see. I've got the obligatory announcement of PotionCon. Since we're talking about conventions, got PotionCon coming up. It is an online con. Everybody can go. October 20th through 22nd, and a link is in the description. So go do it. Go do things. All kinds of cool stuff. Yep. Play games. Have fun. Get to know more about this guy.
What did that say? May include what? Prizes?
Yeah, may include mega prizes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have to announce? Any other announcement? There's some things that, they're baking, right? So
there are a couple things they're baking. I get the only other thing in 2 weeks is less than 2 weeks now. There's our local retro video game convention that has part tabletop gaming and mostly video gaming. I'll be there with the big simulator for Mission Control. Jason will be there with the tabletop section from Play the Game, and our own Dave Rodriguez from 3WS will be there as a guest talking about most of the stuff he's allowed to talk about. And I found out I'm running his panel, so I'll be in charge of asking him all the juicy questions.
Fun.
It'll be fun.
All right, so tell us all about the experience of. So you run the con. We've talked about this before. You run the con. You've done 4 of them now. This is your 4th one. And
fourth Cusecon. There was one in between to test out, a little tiny one to test out just the layout, to see how the layout of the new ballroom, because we just switched locations. The old location was great in the beginning, but we just switched to new locations. But yeah, so 4th Cusecon. It's technically the 5th year, but with the shutdown of the world, so it's in its 5th year. But it was only the fourth con. Is that Andrew or Anitra? If it's Andrew, I miss you too, buddy. I mean, I miss Anitra too, but I'm pretty sure Andrew was crying on the way home.
Yeah, but see, if I knew, then I wouldn't have all these questions that I could ask and make for the show, right? So that's, as designed.
This is true.
Was Cusecon? Yeah, I still do that. I still make that mistake.
He did it in the pre-show. He's like, so I figured we just talk about Cusecon. Like,
Cusecon.
See, I called it.
Yeah. So, you've done this for 4-ish years.
Yeah.
Learn anything new this year that you didn't last year?
Well, with the new venue, there's always something to learn, right? I was cautiously optimistic of the new place with the amount of people, because the main area of the old place, they called it the atrium. It was open. There weren't any walls. So on the high point of Saturday, when
That's cold outside.
had a ceiling and it had walls, but there were no walls around the atrium like a ballroom. It wasn't in a ballroom; they just called it an atrium. So on a highlight of or the high point on Saturday, when you have 200 and X amount of people at the same time gaming, it never really felt claustrophobic. Like at times they were like seating was limited, but it never really felt loud or anything. And this new place, it was a ballroom, so there were walls. So I was a little nervous about how it would feel with everybody there at the same time on Saturday. And it went amazingly well. Everything was
cool.
amazing. The people there were great. The people that attend are just phenomenal. Like the community that's been building has been, and from other people's feedback, it's something special, right? Everyone knows each other. It's welcoming. It's inviting. It was more than I thought it would be this year. Yeah,
The place was humming.
I like it. Yeah, yeah. She makes this snack mix with Cheez-Its, and it's so good. The spice in it, the seasoning is great. And not to mention, I think one of my highlights, if we were to do a top 5, I think maybe even number 1, Diana made a cake, and you'll see pictures on the Discord of that thing. And it was.
I can pull those off, actually. Here, let me grab those while you talk.
It had 33 games on it, represented on it by icons, like whatever icons, chocolate edible icons. Beat you.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it's not. I mean, you can pull it up if you can, but it was a 3-tiered cake, and it had all these different bits on it, all handmade. None of this was like actual game bits, like those wingspan dice were.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was all edible, all fondant or.
Wait,
chocolate.
you showed me like. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Didn't you show me one that had like parts of Trouble stuff on it?
Yeah. So on this cake were 30-something different. Here you go.
Hey, Andrew.
30-something game pieces from games. There's yours.
Oh my god! I didn't know those were. I thought those were the actual pieces that they just stuck on there.
That's how ridiculous it looked.
Wow.
Right. So they had a contest. Every right answer you got a ticket, and then they drew for. What they did is they bought a whole bunch of their favorite games. Do I have a picture of it? I don't know if I have a picture of it. They bought a whole stack of their favorite games. So every one you got right was an entry, and then they pulled, and it was the winner got it. It was Jeremy Clore who's in the chat. I did not take nearly enough pictures. Jesus.
No, I told you before the show, I believe, to take a lot of pictures so that we could show them on the episode and all that stuff, right?
I really didn't take a lot of
pictures. Pretty sure I said
that. I know you did. I did not listen, clearly. But if you go in the Discord on the Cusecon Photos channel, people have been dropping photos from the entire weekend in there. It was amazing. It honestly was just phenomenal. Yeah, I don't have a picture of the prize, but they had like how many games they could put in the chat? There were like 8 games that they had in a stack that they gave away, and they're all like their favorite games. So, what did Dan say? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We took a picture of the box upside down. Dan's got that. I don't have that one.
Yeah, I get that picture.
Yeah, we sent it to you.
Yeah, you did.
But it was tremendous. I mean, the whole weekend was we had some surprises that I didn't talk about. Oh, there we go.
Boxes upside down.
There it is. Yeah, so that's the lobby of the hotel.
Why is everybody's mouth so? Oh, they're making the face of the mouth of the box. Okay.
They are. So that was the lobby of the hotel. They cleared out and put tables for us. Right behind in the background is the restaurant and the bar. So it was right there. And if you go down the hallway in the far back, there was the big ballroom. There's the picture of the games that they put together
nice.
For the winner. Yeah. But there were some surprises. I didn't want to ruin anything, but I actually had R2 was there.
Oh wow. Where'd you get R2?
So there's local guy that makes these. So he brought R2. He brought actually. There's a video of him walking in.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Luca. Do you have a book? Yeah. I can't read
That's
right now.
funny.
He was great. He guarded the cake the whole weekend.
I saw one of those at Comic-Con a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Walking around. It was pretty cool.
There were 3. Oh, there was an R2. He's in the process, I believe, of making an R5, but he had an R5 head on an R2 body.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he was there, and then there was a black unit, black and gold. There was Dave from 3WS and Blizzard and Diablo fame.
Nice.
Hi, buddy. We had Sundown from 3WS make an appearance.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were more things this year, more little fun. Like Joe from Pennsylvania was dropping stickers every night. He had bunches of stickers he'd drop on the front table.
Red 5 head fell off.
Fell right off. He was trying to play. He was playing around with the innards, and then he hit the button to move forward, but the head wasn't locked, and it just went backwards, and there was a big pop. It didn't break, like pieces.
Bad motivator.
Bad motivator. Yep. So yeah, it was amazing. I mean, we moved in Friday, setting up the tables in the library and everything on Wednesday. We moved in Wednesday, and we started gaming Wednesday night. Like there were people there that locals and West came in Wednesday night and was there gaming, and then it was Wednesday night all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then till probably I think the last game was done around 8:30 on Sunday. I was up till just about 4 o'clock every morning, every night. And then back downstairs around 8:30 to reset the tables and all that stuff. And it was amazing. It was amazing from beginning to end. The only real hiccup, I mean, there was a parking thing with Saturday, which I posted about. There was a home SU game, and the hotel was sold out because there was a home SU game. So parking was a little bit of a chore on Saturday. It really wasn't that bad. It just park. No, don't do that. Luca. Luca, Luca. Those
Do it.
He's in a box of paints.
Yeah.
Because he wants to paint this.
Why don't you show the poster behind you? I have a picture of it if you want me to pull that up instead.
Oh yeah, because it might be a glare because it's got the lamination on it.
That one's got all the signatures though. I don't have that.
Yeah, so every year I have one made, and I get as many people as I can to sign it. If I remember, if I'm at the front when they're leaving. And yeah, that was this year's one with all the sponsors on the bottom and the date and the whatever. Yeah. So there's the poster for this year. And then I know Danielle Reynolds has a picture of it. I don't want to show the one that's behind it. Oh, it's not that much of a glare.
Oh, that's fun.
I get everyone to sign it. So
I like someone put a happy face on the meeple.
Yeah, Cliff used the C in Cusecon for his name. I thought that was cute.
That's funny.
Yeah. So many. It's just amazing. The support that I get from everybody, the walking around and getting the feel for just the laughter and the moments and the connections that people are making. It's been amazing.
Cusecon.
Yep.
Cusecon.
Cuse, yes. Like Syracuse.
Cuse. Syracuse?
Cuse.
I'll never get it right.
Hey, buddy. No, you won't.
I'll get it wrong when I go.
You'll definitely get. I'm going to get you your own shirt that says Cusecon for it.
Oh, that would be excellent. That would be great.
Yeah, it was great. We had the West during the AMA from the week before. West was asking me questions for if this is your first time event, what to expect. And then I put in his ear that whole Doka Ryan stuff where he puts in the ingredient in a mason jar with the liquor, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do that." So we played that whole game on the AMA about like what it was gonna be, and we did them each night. We did 3 on Wednesday and then 2 each other night, and some of them were just amazing, and some of them were horribly awful. But a couple people in the chat were there when we did it, and then they participated in maybe or maybe not drinking along. It was just from front to back. It was great. The panels were great. Trivia was also the video game con that's a couple weeks from now. Patrick from Retro Game Con hosted one of the trivias. I did the other. Phil, who's been in the chat, he was the MC for Saturday's panel. I was the MC for Friday's panel. It was a great time all around.
There's a nice thought for you.
Before you get in the direct reflection of the amazing event. Oh, thank you. Who's that? Tell me your name. Who is that?
Yeah, if you're on Facebook, yeah.
Hey, Shannon. Shannon made. Where's my? Is it here?
I only get my Coos shirt when I show up in person. What I'm doing, is I'm building up the anticipation so that when I do finally show up, I'm the star. I'm the bell of the ball. That's all. That's what I'm doing. It's like being fashionably late, only I'm fashionably not there.
I have to find my. So Shannon made a bunch of lanyards for a few of the people that were there. Where is my West's Game and Concoctions was my favorite part of the con. I gotta find it, Shannon. I don't know where it is, and I don't want to go walking around. There's Phil. Yeah, Shannon made me a lanyard with red, orange, and blue meeples alternating. It was amazing. Everyone's great, but I do whoever that is, I do appreciate whoever said that.
It's Chuck.
Oh, Chuck, thanks, man. Yeah.
If you're watching this on Facebook, if you look at the post, you have to click a thing to give it permission to show your name. So.
And thanks, Phil. Yeah, a couple people couldn't make it, just because life gets in the way sometimes. But Carnegie's that good, huh? Well, I'm sure it's better than fucking Obsession. So enjoy it.
I have Carnegie. I haven't learned it yet. It's one of those, right?
Coos is on the loose. I'm gonna have him a shirt that says Cusecon, so just be ready. But yeah, the feedback was even the first timers, the people that have been there before, even today, like just the overwhelming positivity of how well it's run and the community that's been being built and the inviting nature of everybody. Like there were first timers there that felt at ease and felt comfortable because they were just invited to tables with people that have been going since this thing started in 2018. Like it was amazing. I think it's more of a touching story, but I had no idea at last year's con, there was a couple that's been coming from the beginning that came as a first timers to a convention, which seems to be a running thing, right? We had this couple, Dave and Di, were 2 years ago. Chad and Jessica were last year, all first timers, and now they've just become part of the family. And we were playing trivia on Friday, and this couple won. And I had a little trophy that my friend Jared made that had the Cusecon meeple with 23, and it was sitting on a dice, and it was resin printed and heavy. And I meet them again in the main hall. I was talking about that, and don't do that, please. And we get to talking, and I had no idea at the last convention. At Saturday, dude, you can't. Okay. On Saturday of the last convention, he's taking a paint.
He's not listening to you.
He's not. The Saturday of the last convention, she went up.
For my cats, I have a squirt gun.
Yeah, I should get one, but on camera, it probably makes me look a little bad, right?
I don't even use it on the cats. I don't think you're supposed to use it on cats.
So Saturday, she wasn't feeling well, went to the room, and her husband had to take her to the hospital. And shortly after, she had open heart surgery. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a touching thing, and he's here slamming paint into a jar. So yeah, she had to leave the con early because she had open heart surgery. Like it was like massive. And then this year, now she ends up winning winning the trivia, getting the trophy, and I'm just finding this out, and she was like touched by the trophy because it was like a redemption, right? It was like a comeback story. Came back to the con, she won the trivia with everything that happened. And I talked about last time, like with Peter and the dragon, the meat dragon for Luca. You don't see often the impact you have on a lot of people. And I remember the first convention, I was walking from the one room with the prizes for the trivia, and I just saw people that didn't know each other. Like I didn't really know many people at that point, right? It was just everyone was just coming in. And looking at everyone that was sitting at the tables and playing because of something that I created. And it was a firsthand experience of like having that impact of what you do. And you don't really see that all the time. And then hearing this story, like it could have been just, there was trivia, you won, congratulations, move along. And I had another opportunity to see those little impacts that we have on people, especially in our community. And it's just, it really is, it's humbling and amazing. And
yeah, I mean, that's the really cool thing about this industry is that, it's not like video games where people just yell at each other over a mic, and like you have to sit across from them, so you deal with real people, and then that creates real relationships and all that stuff. Not it's why I like this industry so much.
They're amazing, and I mean, so it's mostly local, right? Like most of the people that come to the convention are local, but I'm also like, to think about the people that come from farther away. Like my friend Eric came from Texas, right? Dave Diaz came from Canada. Andrew and his entire family came from the Boston area. Danielle comes from the Boston area. I met a new group that came up from Maryland. Wes came from Michigan. Like the people that take time to come to this little convention in Syracuse, like it's just humbling. Like I can't stress it enough. It means so much to see the joy that it brings to other people. And I played 4 games over the weekend. Like I didn't even play that much stuff. Yeah, Andrew said that before, that he considers Cusecon his local convention. I think I played 4 games. I might be forgetting one, but I think I played 4 games the entire con. And for me, it's not about that, right? I got to greet everybody coming in. I got to talk to first timers. I got to meet everyone that came in, like that I've seen. Most of them I see on a more than weekly basis, or weekly basis, but a lot of them I don't. And it wasn't even about the games for me. And it is for a lot of people, but man, it's overwhelming sometimes.
I'm jealous. I live in Houston, which is the 4th largest city in the U.S., and we don't have a good con like that. We have one that tries. To be honest, it tries, and you got to give it to people who are trying. And then we have another one that it was built around RPGs, not board games, and so it doesn't do board games very well.
Yeah.
But you know what? You ought to just, on the second part of the year, make one for Houston. We'll call it Cusecon.
Oh,
and you can fly down for Houston and be part of that, and then then we'll have 2 of them.
Oh, look, Brett called you out too, and they're on delay, and he called you out.
Houston, yeah. If I was Zod, I would call it Houston. Yeah.
Oh, there you
go. Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, I need to. The Houston board game community it's just weird. It's not everything I experience when I go to any other community. It's kind of fractured and strange. So I would love for it to come together and be a little more solid. And
it takes work. I mean, it's not just. I'm always surprised at like how it comes together, because it always seems for me that something's. I was way less stressed this year than I've been in the past, because I felt like I was ahead of the curve on a lot of things. But I always go into it, and I guess I wasn't hiding it too much this year, but I always go into it stressed as fuck, like, because I want it. It's not about me. It's about the people that are going there, and I always want it to be as good and as flawless and as streamlined as possible for people. And there's always things I can do better, but I always go into it stressed, and I'm always amazed at how it's a little bit braggy, but how well it runs. And it's not all about me. I appreciate all the people that are like, I run a great con, and but it's not me. It's I'm so excited. I'm hitting the computer. It's the people that go, right? It's the people that are there that make the people that are attending for the first time feel so welcomed. They open up their table, and sure, there's the players wanted sign, and people come over and say, hey, I'd love to play, but like, you don't have to put that thing on your table, right? But the fact that you do, to invite new people in, like, it's a group effort. That's why they call it a community. And I appreciate the positivity my way, and the congratulations, and the, man, you do a hell of a job. And I mean, it does take work, but it takes everybody. It's not just me. You guys, the people that are there, make the con the way the vibe that they were talking about, the way it feels. It's only a little bit of me, but man, it's more them than me. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
What I do.
You want to know if you're going to do your mini con every year?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
doing it in Houston. No,
I want to do multiple, but we'll see. What is Luca doing? So you said, now I'm doing it. What am I doing?
Oh, because you were hitting the computer. They were saying Luca was hitting the computer.
Right. Well, I get excited when I talk about this stuff. Yeah, Ellie and Chris started coming to Cusecon Tuesdays, and I mean, they're all. It's just the family, the community just keeps on building. It really is growing with some amazing people, and whether they're in the industry or they're just doing it as a hobby, it really it's everyone. It really is everyone that does it.
Yeah.
Sure. Luca is in my paint box. He's taking out each individual paint and he's lining them up on the bench.
Good. Nice.
I don't know.
And then knock them over.
I don't know if you can see. Fucking weirdo.
Oh well.
So yeah, it's always sad when it's over, because I always want it to go more. Yeah. But it's overwhelming while it's happening. It's sad when it's done. I'm always excited when it starts. But yeah, Mike, you and Tim, just carpool west, man. They've already committed, Chris. I'm just saying.
Scoop down to Texas, pick me up.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's the feedback that I'll be asking for people to see what they think. Some improvements. I already have some in mind. Some I can't control. Like it was the bar, for example. The bar closed on Thursday at 9:00. They were asking for people to close out their tabs at 20 to 9, and I was like, "No, that's a mistake. The kitchen closes at 9, not the bar." And they're like, no. Like the bartender saying like they're closing. I'm like, what? So sure enough, they closed at 9:00. Which, all right, we're not there to drink, right? But it's nice to have a drink while you're gaming. I get it. So I talked to the manager in the morning, and I'm like that's not a thing, right? And he's like, no, that shouldn't have happened. Like, when would you want it to stay open till? And I'm like, 2. Like, we're drinkers. Like the people that are there. I know people want to drink. I know people that drink, not excessively, because you'll get kicked out. But so he's like, he came back to me a little while later. He's like, all right, we're going to stay open till midnight today and tomorrow, meaning Friday and Saturday. And then Saturday morning, when he comes in, he had come in every, like, how was last night? Like, how did it all go? The first thing he said was, man, you guys can drink. So he stayed open midnight Friday, midnight Saturday. And I mean, I know a little bit more information from talking to the guys today about how it all went. And like, they support things local. Like it's a local place. The bartender was like, this is the best event ever. The guys were so welcoming and they were so generous. And like the feedback from the con attendees to me represents the people that are there attending. but then talking to the venue and them having nothing but good things to say about the people that are there really speaks more to the people that are there, right? Like,
Yeah.
I can send out invitations and call people to meet at a location and hang out for a little while, but then they represent themselves in such a way that's like, yeah, these are good people. Like, they're just good people. Yeah, it wasn't a good thing.
I like that now everybody's calling it Cusecon.
Cusecon, yeah, that's great. Let's stop that. That can stop immediately, guys. Thanks.
Now, if I come, then the name changes.
No,
That's the rule, right?
I'll just have to do a different convention. So now it'll be multiple conventions a year. Yeah.
We need Cusecon. We need Cusecon. You should call the mini con Cusecon.
No, Leprechaun's way too better. But I will make sure that Couscous is at Cusecon. So
I don't like couscous. I've had couscous.
So that's a fun little question.
Cusecon.
I mean, I have plans.
I've done I did the BGG cruise. Or no, was it? No, it was the Dice Tower cruise. I did the Dice Tower cruise. Yeah. I didn't pay for it, but yeah. I don't think I'd do a cruise con myself as just a attendee because of the cost. The cost is so high, you know.
Yeah. It can get expensive. Cruises are great. I know Mike in the chat just did the Alaska one, which I had done years ago with my cousin, his family, and my mother. And the Alaska one is beautiful, and they're fun. They give you things to do, right? You have your little stops and your excursions and everything. So I have ideas. That is what I heard too, Jeremy. I mean, that's how I got Lance to come, right? It only took a copy of one of the Battlestar Galacticas for him to come here. So if I need to adjust Cusecon to get you here,
wait, I can start naming games, huh? Okay, Queen's Gambit would be no.
Dude, I'll track you down to Queen's Gambit if you guarantee you're coming here. I'll track you down to Queen's Gambit.
The problem is the cost of the Queen's Gambit is probably the plane ticket alone.
You can't backtrack.
Yeah. Oh, BoozeCon. That's funny.
No BoozeCon. But yeah, everything was it was just amazing. It's amazing to see. It's amazing for me to see it come together and the people having fun. And
why is it not GoogsCon?
No. Googs is a newer thing. It's just been happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nickname. No, don't scratch, buddy. It was never something I liked. Luca, come here.
You don't. Well, you use it.
I do now because I mean, with DeVito and me, there's two mics, so now it's just Googs. I did like the hockey sweatshirt. Those are really comfy. The hockey, it had I wear them on the show. It has the laces up here like a hockey sweater. Yeah, Shannon, it's not going to be PocoCon. That's just weird. Or PokeCon. That's going to invite the wrong people.
Poconos Con.
I think next year, Poconos?
Poconos?
So, the area in Pennsylvania called the Poconos, Shannon and I are going to put on a convention, I believe, next summer. But we're trying to figure out a fun name for it. So,
in the Poconos?
Yeah, it's in the Poconos. So, like, PokeCon doesn't sound right.
Poconos. Yeah.
Yeah, you could structure it graphically to make it look cool, but we'll figure it out.
PokeCon. That's your logo is just that.
Just poke. A poke? Yeah.
PokeCon.
PokeCon, yeah. But yeah, it was great. Great. It was absolutely wonderful. I mean, cool. Everyone was, you go through all the gaming and you go through sleep deprivation and all the things. And then, like, all of a sudden today, like, people are already planning Cusecon Tuesday tomorrow. Like, what are we playing and who's going? And, like, it's just a really cool thing to see happening. Like, the community coming together around this thing that I adore. Like, the board game hobby, the board game industry is just... It's just really cool.
Cool. Yeah, the other thing is that you have it at a time where that's whenever you're prepping Kickstarters for the most part. And that's my job. So this is like crunch time now that I'm in. So I would have been in trouble trying to come to a with 4 day. 4 day? It's 4 day, right?
Yeah. For now.
For now. Yeah. So I would have been a little bit trouble. But you always have it around in September, right?
It's bounced a few times. Like from the first event, it's been in. This is only the second time it's been in September. It's been in September, October, and November. But our local, like I was talking about, Retro Game Con, our local, the other con is beginning of October, and you have Essen, which is a week from now, or 2 weeks from now. So last year I had it a week later than it was, and it butted right up against Essen, and there were other people that couldn't come because they were going to Essen. And then having them come in and then go right to Retro, like me and Patrick have a good way that we can support each other. But I also want to give a little bit of distance between the two so people can recover. So I'm liking this middle of September thing right now, right? School starts coming out of the summer.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Also with the opportunity to run one in March and the one in September, that means every 6 months there's a con in Syracuse. And then if I can sprinkle in a couple other events like with Shannon down in Pennsylvania and get a cruise going next year, I'm very hopeful that Alan has been talking to people in his area to get something going around there. And then Cusecon presents Costa Rica, like, right? Cusecon, Costa Rica. Like there's a whole bunch of things that I want to keep doing so Cusecon can continue to grow.
Costa Recon?
Eh.
Costacon?
Nah.
Yeah, so my next con is not till BGG, which is in November in Dallas, because I can drive to that one. Well, right. Sorry, I meant physical con. Yeah, right. And also, participating in that one more than it's a different kind of thing, right? What is your next? Which one? Yeah, well, I just got this, just in time to have done it, but we didn't know we would have that time to do that. So
sure.
And yeah. So if BGCon's my next physical one, don't get too yeah. What is your next physical one you're going to? Or you just said, didn't you, that you're taking the? Well, you didn't just say, but you said in the beginning that you're going to one that you're putting the Mission Catastrophe.
Yeah,
out, right?
Retro Game Con. It's at the On Center in Syracuse. I think it's the 7th, 8th, 9th, whatever that weekend is. I can look it up. 7th and 8th, Saturday and Sunday. I forget when it opens. I think it's like a 10 to 6 or 10 to 7 both days, or 10 to 6 on Sunday, something like that. Definitely more focused on like video games, but they have vendors. They have a slew of vendors, and then they have musical guests and they have panels. They got, I think Nolan North is going to be here, the voice actor for Uncharted. Is his name Drake? What's his name? You played Uncharted, the video games?
No, but I know what they are.
Yeah, so he's done other things, but there are a ton of voice actors. Yeah, Dan could probably, Nathan Drake. You could probably spout them off, but they have a ton. They have musical guests, they have voice actors, they have a bunch of people. So it's a big convention. So that'll be in October, and then PAX Unplugged in December, which I'm very much looking forward to. Yep, Philly party. Philly, the PAX Unplugged is when we do and I've talked about it before, but the Queen and Rook Cafe down in Philly. We do an event there every Friday. Every PAX Unplugged on Friday. It's a great location. PAX Unplugged is if you haven't gone, it's low. It's not far away, and it's a really good, real good feel to a convention. It's not your Bonkers, Origins, or Gen Con.
Yeah, that was my first time in Philadelphia. I only went not. I think it was last year. Was it last year I went? No, it was the year before that I went, and that was nice. I met Andrew Wolf for about 1.5 seconds. We were so in Phil, like, and there's like this underground area that has all these restaurants, and I just found it, and I was starving, and I had to get back to the thing, so I grabbed my food, and you get in this little line, and you have to like hold your bag, and you're moving with all these hundreds of people, and I see him coming this way, and we just went, hey, hey, and then that was it. That's all I ever saw him in this show.
That's funny.
So yeah.
Yeah, but, Andrew. As a side note, the games you sent me, they were a hit. People were talking highly about them. They were on Play to Win. One's in the library. One I kept to play for myself because I knew I wasn't going to play it at the con, and I put them on for Thursday VIP and Saturday when there were a ton of people. The busiest day, and every time somebody was playing it or somebody had returned it or whatever, they were talking about it being a great game. So good job on that one.
Yeah, I mean the market. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, that upset me too because it was the last day I got a chance to get away to get to that. So I went down there, and the first thing I saw was barbecue. I was like, yeah, fine, whatever. I get barbecue all the time in Texas, right? But I was like, fine, I'll get barbecue. I got barbecue, and then I turned around. I was like, oh, that place is good. Oh my god, this place is huge, and found all this stuff that I would have much rather had, but didn't have the time. So I had to dig into my barbecue, and then I never got to go back. So
better go back to PAX.
I almost want to go back to the con just to go eat at that place.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Shannon, it's called Subjective. If I had my copy up here, I would show you, but it's down in the game room. So
yeah.
There you go. Subjective.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's sad it's over, and I love seeing everybody as I always do, no matter where I go. For me, I get to play games. I work in the industry, and it's more about the people, right? Getting to hang out with the people and seeing their excitement about all the stuff that's going on. So like when R2 rolled in, I took a video of R2 leaving. It was so sad. He had the control. He was rolling them out, because he's packing them in the car, and he starts going down the hallway. So I grabbed my phone and I start recording it because I thought it would be neat, like just R2's just leaving the con. And he stopped him and he turned his head all the way around to like say bye. And I'm like, oh, this is so sad.
Your favorite character?
Yeah.
At least one. Your favorite droid, at least.
I almost had BB there too. He almost brought BB, but the mechanism wasn't working properly. And fun fact, on when they got there the first day, he's wheeling, he's using the remote to get to R2 to come in, and R2 comes in, and I'm just geeking out because like R2 is at Cusecon, like really. And then they're wheeling R5 in, and he had a new mechanism in R5 that was using belts instead of the other motor that R2 had. And that R2 is 13 years old. Like he's had that for a minute, right? And he said it died in the hallway. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, rolling it through, and they heard some beeps and whatever, and then it just stopped. I'm like, well, that's appropriate. And then his head fell off on. It's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right. Well, we're probably doing. I thought it'd be even shorter, but it's fine. But we're doing pretty short one today. Just kind of letting you get back home and relax and stuff. And I've got a lot of stuff on my plate, but I'm glad you had a great time and stuff. I feel bad that I missed. Obviously would have loved to do it. I love those kind of cons where you just play games with friends all the time. I do want to make it.
You'll make it.
Just got to make it happen.
Yep. You'll make it. I'm on the hunt for a Queen's Gambit now, just to force your hand. I got in last night.
I didn't agree to anything.
Huh?
I didn't agree to anything. I'm just saying.
Pretty sure you did.
I was just suggesting.
Yeah. I got in, I think around 10:30 last night, and walked the dog, got upstairs. I just wanted to lay down, right? And so I probably fell asleep around 11. Like I passed out pretty hard, pretty quickly. And I talked to Brett. Brett helps me out with moving the library because he has a truck with a lift, right? An electric lift to
Nice.
all the library are on rolly rack, so we use the truck. And I talked to him like, what time you think? And he's like, oh, probably about the same time, which was like, I think the time we moved it in was around 3:00 in the afternoon. So I thought early afternoon. Fuck it, not setting an alarm. I'm just gonna sleep. I woke up at 10:30 this morning to Brett's message. I was like, I think we're gonna try and do it now. I'm like, dude, I need to get out of bed. Like, you got to give me a little bit more of a heads up. I slept for like 11 hours.
That's
just
funny.
to catch up on all the sleep I didn't have over the weekend. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Pocono-Con could work.
Isn't that what I said?
Pocono-Con?
Pocono-Con.
Now it doesn't seem right.
Pocono-Con. Pocono-Con.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Pocono.
Yeah, so it was overwhelmingly positive. I mean, just first timers were.
Who was the worst guest? No, I'm kidding. Don't.
Wow. I could really burn some bridges there.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
No, everyone was super chill. Like there wasn't that person that was annoying with all the questions. There wasn't any of that stuff, right? There were like little hiccups here and there that need to be fixed for next time, but it wasn't the people. The people are just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yay, thanks. Thank you.
Nice.
Who's that? Who's Minty Lish? 5 hours. Where are you coming from? 5 hours. I mean, thank you. That's amazing.
5 hours is a long drive, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different state where you are, right?
Yeah, you're probably out of the state in 5 hours, no matter which way you go.
Oh,
Mindy. Yeah, came up with. So that's another thing. Like every the first convention I went to, was Dice Tower Con when Patrick used to run it down in Orlando. Now it's Dice Tower East, and Patrick's moved on to do Escape WinterCon. But the first convention I went to down in Orlando, my neighbors who I've talked about that got me into the hobby, they were like, oh, there's this convention we're thinking about going down. Like, yeah, fuck, why not? And the first game I played was by, Joe McDonough. He taught me Jamaica for the first. So the first game I ever played at a convention was Jamaica, and Joe taught it to me. And this was 2000.
Did you win?
2012. I probably did awful. I don't remember. So like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, maybe. And he comes up. Mindy and Vass have come up with him twice now. But Joe's made it to every Cusecon, and like seeing him, just like I'm delighted to see him. He's such a cool cat, and he'll teach games. He's just super chill. So like that kind of thing where I get to see him means more to me than like what games did you play at the con. Like just being able to see everybody. Like I'm so excited that Mindy and Vass came up because I hadn't seen them last year. They came up for the first time 2 years ago. When the world opened up again, like the support's just been tremendous.
Did you throw the coins with the Jamaica coins?
Did you throw the coins though? No, I didn't throw the coins.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he came up by bus last year.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's very humbling to know that the effect of Cusecon is the community of Cusecon is more than just Syracuse, right? It's quite literally like, even with Alan, like it's international. It's crazy. Who's that? What photos do you want? Oh, photos. If you want to see photos, I mean, go to the Cusecon Discord and over the weekend, people were dropping photos of everything, right? Games they played, the cake, the Astromechs. There's tons of pictures being posted on there.
Very
I don't
cool.
even know. I don't have a favorite yet of the pictures that I took. I think the video of R2 leaving with him turning around was pretty damn cool. What would be my favorite? I don't have a favorite picture yet.
Dan says he sent us some on Discord.
Oh, awesome! Thanks, Dan. Yeah, here's.
We may pull them up next week because I don't have
Wednesday night, the first night we did the thing. There's West with the jars that. Remember we were talking about the jars that he made.
Yeah.
That we were just. It was super fun. It really, it's just amazing. Also, I don't know who posted this. It might have been Di. On the other side of that picture is me asking him questions to decide which jars we were going to drink. I look so fucking unamused at whoever is standing to my right.
I see that look all the time. You could just hold that up right there, and that's what. Yeah.
You would almost think that you were at the convention with that look I was giving somebody.
Yeah. I don't have my Discord open right now.
Yeah, mine's closed too.
We don't like all the.
But yes, please send them to the Cusecon. I know Dan had his. I think it was a Nikon, like professional looking camera, and he was taking pictures all week. Everyone was taking pictures all weekend. Because I forget because if you didn't know this, I talk a lot.
What?
I know. Is that no? Is that R2? No, that's not R2. Where's my R2?
You showed him coming in. You showed the video of him coming in. So.
Oh, here. Can I turn the volume on? Oh, there you go. There's volume. Like, that's so sad that he's leaving the convention. But then the guy noticed I was recording, so he stopped and turned him around.
Oh.
I know.
You're saying goodbye forever.
Did you hear his noises?
Barely.
You can hear his noises.
His little hatch thing opened up too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool looking. But yeah, I mean, just unbelievably humbled by the people that are there and support everything that we try and do. Those are all the jars.
Ugh.
I actually did them in order of which ones were shit. Like best to worst kind of thing, and mine and West.
You don't do things from best to worst.
No, I did. This was best to worst.
All right, then I want the rest of your list for now on to be from in order.
No, that I'm not doing. There's a picture of your game upside down. Picture of the pandemic survival tournament that Karen ran.
Missed the jars. What were the jars?
Oh, you got to go back. Go back to the on our channel. This is the play video that was an AMA for me about Cusecon. West and I did a show, and then so if you don't know the jars, look up Doka Ryan, Doka, and then Ryan. He takes an ingredient and puts it in a mason jar with some sort of liquor and leaves it in there for a week, and then either eats if there's something there to eat, he'll eat it, and then do a shot of everything. So I hooked West on it, and then he decided he was going to put a bunch of them together, and we were going to do them at the con. And there were some that were. I actually have. I'm not going to get it. It's a mason jar. He found someone that freeze dries stuff, and he had freeze dried Skittles, and it was amazing. So some of them were great. There were Skittles, wild berry Skittles, and like Malibu, and it was unbelievable. And then he had this fucked up thing called Malort, which was like, he described it really well, but it was all the bitters. Take all the bitters that's available. It's 35% liquor, but it's so fucking bitter. And then he put it with like sour cherries, and it just tasted like plastic olives. It was so atrocious.
Plastic olives.
Oh, so bad. He did grape jam, strawberry jam. I think it was grape jam, like a jam. And he put screwball in it. So it was like a peanut butter and jelly.
Ew, weird.
It tasted really good, except for the consistency, which tasted or felt like you were just eating your own vomit. Like someone puked into a jar and then you were drinking that.
I'm surprised you haven't tried putting jelly in with your peanut butter flavored whiskey.
Yeah, Chambord. I've mixed it with Chambord. It's a great, it's a good one. But yeah, some of them were great, some of them were very bad, but for a test run and how it all worked, I think as long as West is coming out, I think that's going to be another Cusecon tradition. So
well, if they close the bar at 9, then
yeah,
you have your drinks.
So Mindy, the thing with the Malort though is if you wanted to partake in any of the really good stuff, you had to do the Malort. You couldn't get around it. And the first thing we did, because it ended up being like we ended up giving each other choice of which ones we're going to be we were going to be doing. The first one we ended up doing was Malort and Mentos. So it was so overwhelmingly pepperminty because of the Mentos. I think he said he put 5 or 6 of full reams of Mentos into the jar and then filled it with Malort. So it was really, it was almost like Rumpelmints, like a very pepperminty liquor. And then the peppermint flavor went away and it was just lingering bitter until you had something else. The Malort's atrocious. Yeah. Yep. Oh, it was so good. A lot of them were really good though. Like he had
I mean, the Skittles one sounds pretty good.
Skittles ones was great. He had strawberry cream savers and Malibu. He had, those hard strawberry candies, those red, like old person kind of hard candies that they have. He had that with blueberry vodka. And you would think it would be good, right? Blueberry vodka and strawberry candies. And it was thick. Like it was almost syrupy. It was so thick. It tasted like you were drinking Robitussin. Like if you ever wanted to do shots of Robitussin and not have to go to the ER, that was the thing you were drinking. Oh my God. It was so strong. It was really fun. But like that was new. The droids were new. The cake was amazing. There were so many good things, and it happens every year. Something new. Every year, something's growing. It's just great stuff.
Cool. I'm glad
Mike, you'll have to do the Malort when you come. Just so you know, you and Tim, you're gonna have to do it. Sorry.
They almost died on the coffee and Biscoff.
Oh, that was another consistency one that I just was not ready for.
It's thick.
Oh. Very bad.
That's something you don't want to hear is about liquid is that it's thick.
Nope. Yeah, the jam one, the peanut butter, and it had a really good flavor, right? Like the peanut butter and jelly, like you were chewing on a sandwich. Like it had that good flavor. Man, it was. Yep.
That's funny. Oh,
yep. Literally, it was, and the cookie one, it was the coffee liqueur and the Biscoff cookies. Like it tasted really good, but that consistency was holy shit.
That's hilarious.
No, it was great. It was great. It was great to see everybody. I mean, I basically I say it before, like the only reason I do Cusecon is to see everybody. Like I just want people to come and hang out and
it'd be weird if you didn't like anybody that went to it.
Yeah,
and we kept having it every year. It's like, wow, these people showing up, just trying to play a game.
As much as I say I don't like people, I love the people in this industry. They're some of the most amazing people I've ever been able to interact with in my life.
And you do say you hate people all the time. No, I'm kidding.
I know. And most I do. Like I had to curse at people constantly today driving around because I don't understand how people get their driver's license. I don't get it. It's like they're handing them out in Cracker Jack boxes. I really don't get it.
Oh, I got mine.
But the people that come to Cusecon, the people that go to Tuesday, the people that came to Tabletop Day, the people in this area, they're not in this area, in this industry are just They're just amazing. You can't put shoes in shoes, though,
Do
dude.
they still have Cracker Jack boxes?
They better. Jesus.
Hmm.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, they still have Cracker Jacks.
I kind of want to get one now.
Cracker
I
Jacks are
want
good.
Cracker Jacks.
The toys suck. They went downhill real quick. Yeah, ABC cookies are good.
Already been chewed?
No, not those. Like Luca's got some cookies that I'll eat. Like I remember the arrow cookies, arrowroot cookies, something like that. They're good. The banana one's not so much, but some of the cookies he has are good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm glad you had a fun time. Everything went smoothly.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was nervous going in, but I'm always nervous going in. Just with the change of venue and everything. The venue was great. Everything it went really well. Super stoked. There was I guess I don't know if they're watching, but I'll mention it. There's a con in November, kind of local, out in the Finger Lakes, which is a little west of Syracuse. It's their first year. Flag Con. It's Finger Lakes Area Gaming, so Flag. And one or two of the people that are putting it together came to Cusecon, and I didn't know until Sunday that they were there. And he introduced himself on Sunday as the person. He's like, "Do you mind if I just talk to you a little bit about the con?" I'm like, "No, like what? I'd love to help." And he had nothing but good things to say. He asked like about the library and how long and like all these things. And for a first time convention, like I'm only 4 in, and it definitely it appears much longer than it's been. But then he posted on the Discord, on the Cusecon Discord, and on his own Facebook page, and was like, it amazing to read. Like again, the impact that you have on other people you don't necessarily see all the time, and for him like to praise the con the way he did, and to talk about the community and how inviting we are. And you know, it's not me. I'm at the register. I might be sitting down with some people, but if they're just let into the con and they're looking around for tables and games to play, it speaks to the people that are there, the caliber of people, the attendees that are there, that are inviting first timers to their table, because you don't know if they've been there before or not. You could have been there last year, you're there again this year, and you don't know if they've been there every year or not. And it just speaks to the industry as a whole. The majority of the people are just amazing people. And this community, this area, the people that are coming here, it's really something special. I say it all the time, but honestly, it really is something special. They just make it the way it feels. It's got little to do with me and a lot to do with them.
Well,
Right.
Good. So anything good about the con? Not anything you did. It's everybody else. So we don't have to, give you any props. That's good. I can live with that.
I do the work behind the curtain, right? I talk to the hotel. I talk to the, Envoy was it. I'm going to put out a post as soon as I can, wrap my head around what I need to say. But Envoy supporting the Play to Win is tremendous, because I think there were 20 to 24 games, 24, I think, on Saturday on offer each day. And each day Play to Win was called. So, like, if you think about that, 20 a day for 4 days, I had 60 games that I could give away to people. No, 80 games that I can – that's bad math, sorry. 80 games that I can give away to people over a weekend. And they were like, from Envoy and from the people that are part of the Envoy program. But like I talked about a couple of weeks ago, Chad from 25th Century sent me a ton of games. Andrew sent me a case of his stuff. Just the amount of support that I get for this thing from industry folk and locals and people that are not local that consider it to be local. It's just Leo. It was Leo's first time too. Yeah.
Nice.
It's amazing. It's so cool.
Very nice.
Yeah. There were also games to give away there. Most of the ones for RGC, that's Retro Game Con, Patrick brought. He had them also donated from other companies as well. I gave him a couple just to juice it up, but they gave away. I think the first place thing was a whole bunch of Red Dragon Inn stuff and 2 tickets to Retro Game Con. And it was like $180 worth of games. Like, it's amazing. It really is. It's such a cool thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, Matty P has to come next year too.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm jealous.
God,
I'm gonna make a Cusecon.
I'm reading that.
Yeah, I put it up. Yeah,
I'm not. I don't watch what you put up.
I know.
God, man, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Yeah, you got to come down and make a Cusecon for me. That way, I don't have to travel.
HughesCon?
Cusecon.
I like HughesCon. That's pretty good.
And then you can have Cusecon and HughesCon.
So what you're saying is all I need to do is just become a con consultant? A consultant? Oh. Mm-hmm. And then just put on conventions everywhere. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
Just go to people's cities and put on conventions.
All right, let's do it. HughesCon. I will do HughesCon once you come to Cusecon.
See, the idea is that I don't have to travel.
But I mean, you're making me travel. So you put in the front end. You'll get a copy
you don't mind.
Gambit, and then we'll go down to Houston.
HoosierCon? No, HoosierCon is something else.
Yeah, that sounds.
That'd be in Canada, right?
HoosierCon? No, that would be.
Or is that
Indiana?
Yeah, there you
go. Come on, Dave. They're good.
Constant puns.
Isn't that HoserCon? That would be HoserCon.
I guess.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Indiana. Yeah, the puns are constant, as Dave said. Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna Potion Con and then BGG Con this year, but that's all I'm doing. And you're going to, well, you're also doing Potion Con because we're both doing a show on that. So
that's Saturday. Yep. So I'll have Retro Game Con in 2 weeks. I'll have
21st.
Potion Con in October, and I'll have PAX Unplugged in December.
Nice. Lots of cons. Yeah, you going, Matt? You going to BGG Con?
Yeah, Matt said he was going.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to be finishing a Kickstarter at BGG Con. That's weird timing.
Yeah. When does it launch?
It launches October 24th for Critter Kitchen.
Okay.
And then it's going to end 2 days into BGG Con. Jeez, crazy. November 17th, something like that. Oh, Evan will be there too. Cool. Yeah, I luckily get to drive to it, so it's one of those cons where you can just buy all you want and then come back, right?
Yeah, you don't have to fly or anything.
Which is good because I didn't get the hotel this time. I hate it whenever you don't get the hotel that the con's in. You have to drive to it every morning, but at least I can drive. I don't have to rent a car or anything. So
yeah,
not that big a deal.
Yeah, there's something about it. Like they're like Retro Game Con is at the On Center, but it's like a mini convention center. So you go and then you got your hotel wherever you are. There's definitely something that's, I don't know, feels right about having a convention in the hotel. Like you can just go up to your room and just
yeah. All right, very cool. Well, let's wrap it up a bit and say thanks to everybody that went to your con.
Yeah,
and maybe I'll make it next year. We'll see.
I'll force you. You and Aaron got to come up.
It's not anything that you need to force about. I'm genuinely sad that I didn't get to go, and I'd love to be able to go. So we'll try.
That's all you can do. Hopefully. I mean, yeah, I know you want to. We just gotta make you. That's all. I mean, I can't. I don't know what else to do, man. Like I'm offering up a copy of Star Wars Gambit, Queen's Gambit. I'm offering changing the name to Cusecon for you for 1 year, and going down and doing HoosCon.
Wait, just for 1 year?
Yeah, I'm not changing it
about
forever.
1
It'll
year.
be a special thing.
Every year I show up.
No. I'm not committing to that. I'm committing to one. We got to see how real you are about this, and then maybe we'll make the relationship a little stronger. Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see.
Thank you,
All
Andrew.
right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for going to the con, or if you didn't go to the con, just hanging out and talking to us. Next week we're going to be here next week, but we don't know who we have locked down or what we're doing yet. So never mind. We'll be here next week.
We'll be here. We'll see who else is here with us.
Can't lose the brand.
Oh, that's the thing. There's the thing.
I've already gotten over the whole upside down troubles box. I've accepted it. I should just hang my banner upside down just to accept it.
That would be hysterical. Oh, look at Dave coming back.
That's funny.
Love it. Yeah, we got to start going back to the Batcave. I'm not. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah. It's been a long one for me too. So thanks everybody. We have a show tomorrow night or Wednesday popping up, which is Scryfy. So if you're watching Ahsoka, we're doing a show called Scryfy on the same channel with my brother, and we're talking about Ahsoka every episode. So go watch Ahsoka and then come talk to us and look at our stupid geek ideas about the show. So.
I'm upset that with everything going on with the con planning Cusecon last week. I missed last week's episode of it, but and I don't want to talk about too much of last week on this week's show, but I need to watch what you guys said about it because holy shit.
Oh, we could catch up a little bit, like get your thoughts real quick on the next episode and all that. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Check it out.
Also, Andrew, if you're still watching, Andrew Smith, you need to watch Rebels. I know you said you don't want to, and I know it's a chore, but
it's not Rebels. A chore. It's excellent Star Wars. It's some of the best Star Wars.
Agreed.
I said it.
I die. Thanks again for that cake. Thanks to Dave for bringing it in and not dropping it everywhere. But the effort you put into that with the bits, they looked just like Chris said it earlier.
I thought those were real.
From this game. Yeah.
It
was amazing. It looked so fucking good.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you soon.